Let's get down to business. So I just watched M3GAN. I am super disappointed, super annoyed, super angry. Yet another white person gets to be very mediocre in a main role. Like, I think either the screenwriter or the person behind M3GAN is black, a black woman. You really missed an opportunity to make this a black casted film without, calling it the blackening or something stupid like Blackula. Like, that's all we have. We used to be in the Scream franchise, but as y'all seen, we don't get to be there anymore either. Like, black people don't have any horror movies that are not drenched in slavery or drenched in Jim Crow or something. Like, come on, can we please just have a slasher film? How hard is it? And I don't need no onesie twosie, one Asian person, one ambiguously black woman, one Hispanic person. We need more people of color and black people cast who are good. Let's talk about M3GAN, shall we? So, main character, I don't even know who the main character is. You know why? Because she's so mediocre that literally a doll and a child stole the show from her. So the main character that we're supposed to believe is the main character, even though she's very mediocre and terrible at acting, she's from Get Out. She's the girl that was luring black people to her parents' home so that they can lobotomize them or whatever, or change them and switch their bodies with white people because they think we're cool. If you want me to do a quick bit about Get Out, let me know, because I've already done Nope. If you want to know my opinion about Nope, link is in the description. Another movie that kind of didn't cut the mustard for me, in my opinion. But yeah, this girl is from Get Out, and she's like a terrible actress. Like I said, the black woman behind M3GAN, you should have made the doll black. And here's the funny thing. They talk about, there's different skin tones, but we never see them in action. We never see them at all, basically. And also, there's no dark skin tones. There's like zero dark skin tones. They're like milk chocolate, light chocolate, different skin tones that are not dark skin tones, from what I remember. And the whole cast should have been black, basically. Maybe not the side characters, but there's an ambiguously something of a character. Maybe she's Indian, maybe she's black. Ambiguous. That's the cool thing. You don't know. It's literally like a game. They literally love playing games with us like this in our face. One Asian dude that I never take seriously, he is either a horrible, horrible actor, or he is being directed to be horrible. And I prefer it to be the latter because I just feel like he can't be such a horrible actor, but he's terrible in this movie. I think it's the director's fault. Hopefully, I'm blaming the director. Okay, I'm blaming the director. Every time I see this dude, it's just like I can never take him seriously. I don't understand. He needs to go back to the drawing board if it is his fault, or he needs to stop taking certain roles. But he's just the one Asian guy that gets represented in the movie, one Asian dude. One ambiguously something of a character girl. Turns out she's Chinese, Taiwanese, and black. And then everybody else is white. Yes. So we're going to start by talking about the little girl who was acting her life away. If anyone deserves an Oscar in this movie, or anybody deserves anything, it's that little girl and the doll. Whoever played the doll, maybe there was multiple people playing the doll, but crazy enough, the doll, who had almost little to no expression, was a better actress than the main girl, the aunt. That is insane. How do you do that? How do you get outacted by a child actor and a doll? Embarrassing. Stop taking roles. Go back to the drawing board. You need to go back somewhere and get some training. Please, this is literally my gift to you. If you ever watch this video, you were terrible in M3GAN. I did not believe you for 1 second, and it hindered the movie so much that I took 2 points away solely for you not having to put any work, being mediocre, and being the main character, basically, of this film. But like I said, let's talk about the little girl. So she's talking to her parents. They're in a snow blizzard or whatever. Mom and dad, nuclear family, everything's great. Yeah, the mood all changed. Dead. It's like Wendell and Wild. Dead. Except there's no black people, by the way. Oops, it's not Wendell and Wild at all because there's no black people. Whew, it's going to be a long, quick bit because, oh my gosh, I'm going to drag this movie for filth. Here we go. So basically this movie is about like a toy maker girl. She's like one of those girls that I'm so sick of seeing this whole thing where men can have a career and balance being, ooh, he's such a good father. Oh my gosh, he's such a good father, even though he's never home and I don't know what my father looks like. But he's such a good dad. Oh my gosh, he's such a good husband. Oh my gosh, he's such a good man. Look at him, he's such a good man. He's got a job. He makes $1 billion gazillion dollars. He's dedicated to his craft, but he doesn't know his children and he doesn't know his wife and he's cheating on his wife. But he's such a good father. Well, this girl, the aunt of the child whose parents passed away, is a toy maker. This movie really tackles what the world would be like if we mostly relied on technology like we do right now. These toys are electric, they're AI, and she makes these toys for kids, and there's this stupid toy that looks like a Furby. I love Furbies when I was younger, but people called them really strange looking. I personally like them. I think I have one around here somewhere. I got like some from Burger King a long time ago and some from the actual store. I don't know where they're at, but they were really cool back in my day. Can't believe I have it back in my day. It's crazy. So she's a little toy maker and she's just so detached, and she plays very detached because she's not a good actress. She's terrible. How'd you pick her? Was she just the only white woman there? Because it just seems like you just wanted a white woman and that was it. She provided nothing else. I'm calling you out. Legitimately. This is legitimate. No one watched this movie and was like, oh my goodness, you were the greatest. Let me give you an applaud. You're not winning anything from this. Maybe a raspberry. Maybe a raspberry. I think it's funny how y'all will give Halle Berry a raspberry for being a horrible actress in Catwoman when I actually like Catwoman, but you're not going to give no raspberry to no white woman for playing a role that could have went to a black person and she could have done better with the role solely because we have to do better, or else we're told, oh, we're not good enough. You try once, you strike out. That's it. There's no second try or third try. We just get struck out and then we're just replaced by an ambiguously black woman or a white woman, just like this woman from Get Out, who was sitting there drinking milk and eating cereal separately. I really do think that she's terrible. Like, she wasn't even the greatest actress in Get Out, to be honest. Everyone else did better than she did. Like I said, I have no idea. She literally, like, you have to tell me how you got this role. You have to, because it's horrible. It's horrible. Terrible. Trash out of trash. Garbage. So this girl who plays detached, plays this woman who, like I said, if a woman has a job, she has to be detached. She can't like children. She has to be like, my career or nothing, but men get to do whatever they want and still be revered as a good man, good father, good husband, everything, when they are 1,000,000% not. So let's move on from that. But that's the foundation for this. She is detached. She is too connected to her work to even care about a child who just lost her parents. That is where we're at right now. And maybe it's solely because she's a bad actress that it plays off like that, but that's what it is. It's what it is. We can't talk about what was in the past or what could have been. I don't care what was in the cutting board or on the cutting floor. I don't care. I care what I saw, and I saw garbage. So anyway, little girl has to go live with detached aunt who acts like she has no idea that she just lost her parents. She doesn't treat her like any old type of way. She acts like she didn't lose her sister. She is the aunt. She is the sister of her mom. And she acts like nothing happened. And she's just like, I gotta do my work, gotta do my work, gotta do my work. Because women have to like pretend that they have no feelings in order to do work. And I gotta like, shut up. Like, oh my goodness, I'm so sick of that whole thing. Like, stop, please. It is torture. And maybe if you want to do commentary on how women are expected more of because we are treated poorly, maybe do that. But that has nothing to do with the woman. That is something that's outer shell. If someone's going to treat her poorly, make someone treat her poorly and she still do her job and she still be a person. Women are either emotionless or too emotional. Why can't we just be people? You make men people, so just pretend that you're writing for a man and then switch it up and then just call it a day, because you obviously can't do it. But anywho, girl has to go live with her aunt and she's making this doll and it's basically M3GAN, basically. Okay, but like this is where we're at, where she's making M3GAN and she's basically created so that she does not have to interact with this child. That's it. That is literally the reason why M3GAN is created, because she needs a thing so that her boss stops breathing down her neck or whatever. And she's like, I'm gonna make Megan so that I don't have to deal with this child. Like, literally, that's literally what it is. So she doesn't have to tell her to brush her teeth or flush the toilet or anything. Like, she literally does not want to interact with this child at all. And then she's surprised when the child doesn't want to interact with her. Surprised. Pokemon face, mouth agape, shocked that because she didn't want to interact with this child does not want to interact with her. I can't. Trash out of trash movie. Trash. Garbage. It took too long to get to the killing. It was slow running. It was like poor running. It was garbage running. It was like until Megan started killing people, it was not a good movie. And then the little girl was acting so well. I hated her, but I don't hate her because we don't hate actresses for being good actresses around here, son. I think it's interesting that Joaquin Phoenix can play a whole crazy maniac Joker man, crazy killing people, and y'all are gonna be like, oh, let's stand up and standing ovation or whatever, like clap. But when a woman is good at her job, example, Miss Umbridge from Harry Potter, and Nancy or Nellie, whatever that girl's name, Nellie from Little House on the Prairie, y'all were literally treating them like crap for their roles. These women were so good in their role that y'all hated them in real life. Literally, bruh. I don't understand. This mostly happens to women, but this could happen to men sometimes. Sometimes in a blue moon, y'all will get stupid and then be like, oh, well, maybe he's like that in real life. And some people are. Like, I think Adam Sandler is exactly how he is in every movie because I haven't seen him play any other character ever except Adam Sandler in a movie at all. But that's another story for another day. So back to Megan. Megan is like the best part of this movie. The doll that's Anglo-Saxon with all these Anglo-Saxons everywhere, even though a black woman is supposedly behind this movie. Like, terrible choice to pick the worst mediocre white woman to play the main character aunt, who is terrible actress, terrible. And then you're going to like put these ethnic people on the side again, sidelined. You put us in here for what? I would have rather not seen a single ethnic face. It's just embarrassing. And then here we go. The Oscars are going to reward Jamie Lee Curtis when they should have rewarded her a long time ago. This was not her time. To be awarded for a movie that she was the only white face in, and she was only in like 11 minutes worth of the whole movie. But no ethnic person from this movie will ever get an award for their 5 minutes or 12 minutes of fame that they were in M3GAN, because that's not how life works. It's never worked like that. But here it is working for Jamie Lee Curtis. Interesting. Back to Megan. So, old girl makes Megan. She's trying to please the people upstairs or whatever. She's heartless. What else can we talk about? Bad actress. What else can we talk about? The little girl lost her parents, and the bad actress is literally bad the whole time. Bad actress. And she makes Megan. Megan's nice. She's cool. Yeah, she turns into a crazy maniac, but she's like got the ideals like, oh, this is good to the greater good or whatever. You know how AI stories go where they know what's better or what's best because of how they were created or whatever. But it seems like Megan has like a midlife crisis or like a mid-creation crisis where she's like, I don't know, how am I supposed to be like this? But Megan seems like it's doing a lot. So she's going to have this crisis about what am I, who am I, while trying to juggle that her actual purpose is to protect the girl and to make her feel happy and a bunch of other stuff, and how she ends up getting people killed. It makes no sense what their safety plan was for a robot that could do anything. I really don't see what safety plans were active at the time because it just doesn't seem like there were any. But they have this one-off line talking about, oh, we did all the things. There's no way she's killing people. The ambiguous woman that's in this movie, like, literally is like, yeah, Megan's not killing nobody. After the little girl got bit by literally a dog from the next door neighbor who is like a Karen. She's like gross. And she ends up dying too. The dog dies because the dog should have died. Like, that was like the one kill that like Megan did that was like, yeah, the dog should have died. I feel like they should have made it to where Megan was like more of a hero because she's very villainistic. I don't know how you say that. Like, she's very villainesque. She's like evil. And it's like, she didn't have to be. Like, I feel like if there was just a little bit more effort put into this movie, it could have been way better than it was. What I wanted from M3GAN was the moment the little girl realized that M3GAN was like kind of sort of evil, she should have did what she said she was going to do to the aunt. She basically was going to lobotomize her for the most part and keep her alive just so that she could make more dolls or whatever, and she would be able to maintain her as well. But she was going to ultimately keep her stabilized. She was going to do something to her. I thought that was going to happen, and I thought that the little girl was going to like live with M3GAN, and I would have loved that. If there's like an alternate ending to M3GAN where that actually happens, that would be good, because they made it seem like M3GAN was going to be the next Chucky. In fact, they got into a spat. M3GAN literally and Chucky went at it on Twitter. It's crazy. What? But that was just for publicity for both of their movie and show, because Chucky, I still haven't watched that stupid crap. I love Jennifer Tilly, but like, I don't know. I might not. People said it was good, but I haven't heard enough about it for me to think that that's true. I watched all of the Chucky movies, and they kind of just got crazy as they went on, just like Friday the 13th got crazy, just like Halloween. Halloween's kind of stayed the same. Like, I don't know. All I know is they should have went with that ending instead of killing M3GAN and having the little girl go against M3GAN. It just didn't make any sense story-wise. You didn't put any foundation for us to believe that the little girl would actually help the aunt. There was so much animosity between them that subverting that expectation just made the story not make sense. But like I said, mediocre casting. When you're literally only cast because you're a white woman, this is what happens. Nothing else is good. But like I said, the parts with M3GAN, the parts with the little girl, she should get an award. She should, if there's like a kid award, and I know there's like Kids Choice Award, but I'm talking about like Children Award or whatever, like for acting, because the Kids Choice Awards are not kids for the most part. Like, they're literally adults, but there should be a Kids' Choice Awards where there's actual children that get the awards, because this little girl is like better than everybody from Stranger Things. Everyone from Stranger Things. Like, where did this girl come from? I know it's probably some Nepo baby. Like, she's probably related to somebody that we already know, but literally, she's the best actress in this movie. And M3GAN was pretty good, but she's literally a doll. I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if multiple people were playing her or if she was even there. Like, she could be CGI for all I know, but she was really uncanny. It was really good, except the aunt. The aunt was horrible. Like I said, she's from Get Out. If you want me to make a video on Get Out, please let me know in the comments. But overall, like, this movie was such a disappointment. How do you get outshined by a little girl and a robot that may or may not even exist in real time? Like, that's why I said, like, racism is really like gonna be the fall of our civilization. Racism, homophobia, transphobia, and misogyny. All those things are going to be the fall of life, because y'all refuse to give trans people a chance. Y'all refuse to give ethnic people a chance unless it's at the expense of ourselves. Like, example, Velma. Like, that whole Velma show was literally created so that people could be racist and everything all in one. Misogynist, everything. So they could hate on someone that was brown. Literally, that was it. Mindy Cohen, she did that purposefully so that it was like a joke. Jokes. There were literal right side jokes. They were not good jokes. They were like dumb jokes that I've heard 10 billion times. Like, it's crazy. It's like, y'all don't put black people in anything unless you know that it's going to be bad. If you think it's going to be good, you will put white people, just like you did M3GAN. You thought this was going to be something that was the greatest. There's literally no wiggle room for a sequel. It's done. And if they do, it'll be even cheaper for you to bring back M3GAN after she's already been destroyed. You can bring back AI, yada yada, but that's not going to be her. It's not going to be her. Like, maybe they implied that there's going to be a sequel because M3GAN was tapping into people's phones and whatnot, and maybe she's just gonna jump from motherboard to motherboard. But there's very few and far between. You literally gotta jump over the moon and close your eyes to figure out how M3GAN's gonna survive, and then they make a sequel from what has conspired. When literally the marketing team was really well put together, how the M3GAN dance went viral or whatever. People said that the M3GAN dance from the movie added nothing to the story. And I thought so too, until my mom was like, oh, she danced so that she could get the weapon to kill that dude, the Asian dude, the one tokenized Asian guy that's in this movie that I can't take seriously, because he's either, like I said, either a bad actor, which I don't believe, or the directors are horrible at directing him, which I would prefer to believe and feel like I should believe more, because I don't feel like I should blame this dude for him not being able to be taken seriously. Like, maybe one more. Okay, I'll give him one more movie to make me think that he's a good actor. Then I will blame him. But again, he was just there to fit the quota of, okay, one Asian man, you can't say we're racist because we got one Asian person, one ambiguously black person, maybe, and then everyone all white. And then, oh, but main girl is white. Main little girl is white. M3GAN, white. Like I said, this would have been really cool if it were a movie of black people. Black trauma needs to stop being at the forefront of your mind. When you think of black people, you're talking about, slave movie, Jim Crow movie, they, whatever that stupid movie or show was on Amazon Prime. I'm sick of seeing torture porn of black people. How about you stop? Instead, how about we just have a regular movie? When we can make a movie without a distinction, then we know we are out of the racist era. But we get the blackening. Like, we can't all die first. Stupid, dumb, stupid, so stupid movie. Stupid, dumb movie. Are you serious? We can't just have a movie that's like Scream or anything, because that's a white thing. Like, when you just say a word and it doesn't have anything to do with color or anything or any ethnicity, that's a white thing. You have to put black so that people know not to see it, literally, or some way to make it seem like it's a black, exclusively black thing. Lovecraft Country was garbage. I made a video on Lovecraft Country. People talking about, we want it back, we want it back. I don't, because it was garbage. It was nothing but torture porn. If M3GAN starred a little black girl losing her parents, just like Wendell and Wild, which would have been really interesting to tie in, because it's also like a horror themed, scary type of situation, and then had a black aunt who just got this child out of nowhere and doesn't know how to raise a child, maybe developing, literally, there is no chemistry between that girl and the aunt. Yes, you could say, oh, that's just how it's supposed to be. At the end, it still doesn't seem like they're related at all. She is a bad actress. She was just chosen for her color, and I think that's really interesting, because y'all will love to talk about how, oh, this was just a diversity hire. This was a non-diversity hire, which happens more often because y'all don't care about diversity. If you cared about diversity, there'd be diversity. It's not diversity when only the side characters that have 2 lines are black or ethnic at all, with any color or any ethnicity at all, and then everyone else is white, but the main characters are white. But the main focal point, M3GAN, is white because the white little girl. Interesting. And no, I didn't want just M3GAN to be black and everyone else to be white, because she is also a killer. Like I said in my other videos, if you have one black person doing something horrible, you can't be mad at us when we're like, why is they doing something horrible? Like I said in Wednesday, they made every single black person in Wednesday antagonistic, or die. Yes, or die. Antagonistic or die. That's literally where we're at right now. That's where we're at. And when you've got things like having an all Asian cast and one white woman, and then the white woman is the one that gets the award, you can't be mad at us for being mad. It's a conundrum. Like, we're not going to play this game where we're mad and then you're mad for us being mad and then we're all mad. Like, that's not going to work like that. Like, this is ridiculous. This is really ridiculous. I'm so sick of this same story where I'm not able to be seen in any of these movies. And the new Leatherface or whatever, yeah, there's like an ethnic person in that movie and whatever, but that movie was trash. Like I said, you put black people and ethnic people somewhere where you think it's going to be a flop. So you can say, well, we tried once, but you don't sell. Funny enough, you didn't even promote that movie. M3GAN was promoted to crap. But guess what? If it was a main character black woman, M3GAN was black, and everyone was black, y'all wouldn't have promoted nothing. That's how it works. We are literally watching it in real time. Wendell and Wild had almost no promotion. Almost no promotion. I saw one actual commercial for Wendell and Wild on television. The only other time I saw any commercials for Wendell and Wild was on YouTube 3 times. I counted them. How is that even promotion? How? And if it flops, if something flops, you're like, oh, well, we tried putting black people in something. No one wants to see that. No one wants to see that garbage. You tried absolutely nothing. You did nothing to promote this crap. It's really ridiculous. I'm so sick of this. M3GAN would have been great if everybody was black? And then why don't you put the side characters as white, since you think it doesn't matter? But oh wait, they would still get awarded because Jamie Lee Curtis got awarded for the bare minimum that she did in that stupid movie. Don't tell me how she's a legend and whatever. She should have got her legendary stripes, and that goes into misogyny. She hasn't gotten her reward for what she has earned. She did not earn that reward. She was given it because she was the only white face they could give it to at the time. Literally. That's it. And with my final hurrah, because I know people are going to be mad, even though it's funny, like I said, it's funny how you're mad at me for being mad at something that's happening currently. M3GAN should have been black. This should have been a black story. It really would have made no difference. If M3GAN was black and she was a killer, there would have also been a little girl who was also black who was not a killer. And there would also be a black aunt who was okay. Like, she would have been better, 1000% sure. She would have been a better character had you not have chosen this girl. Like, stop choosing her for a while. Seriously. This is what I'm going to leave y'all with. I'm going to show you all of the Oscars that black women have gotten, because particularly M3GAN is mostly a woman-led movie. To be honest, there's like 3 dudes that have speaking lines. Almost every other person is a woman. Even the Karen across the street with the dog or whatever, or next door, woman. Aunt, woman. Friend of the aunt, woman. Like, there were a lot of women. But I'm going to show you a slideshow of all of the women who have gotten awards, Oscars, and what role. And I posted this on Twitter because people were coming out their neck talking about how, oh, just be good for scraps. Just be good for scraps. Just accept scraps, okay? White people can get whatever they want, but black people just accept scraps. Please accept scraps. Begging me to accept scraps, and I won't. I'm going to show you why I'm upset. Like, it's funny how you're telling me that I'm in the wrong for wanting to see myself specifically in horror without having to hear anything about slavery or racism. Why can't we just have escapism? This just reminds me of that stupid dude, and who knows, like, it could have been somebody's real opinion or someone's fake opinion just to go viral, but someone was like, we don't want to see any black people in anime, even though white people are in anime. Example, Attack on Titan, those are white people. Eren Yeager, that's not an Asian person. Armin is not an Asian person. Mikasa is like one of the only Asian people, like, of the main cast. There's like a few, but most of them are Anglo, white. But they were like, oh, we don't watch anime to see black people. We want escapism. Like, we want escapism from racism. And if that conflicts with you not wanting to see black people, you have a problem. Because us being included does not take away from you, because guess what? There's you everywhere. M3GAN was filled with you everywhere. Why can't we have a movie? Why can't we have a show that does not revolve around slavery, Jim Crow, or racism in general? And if you want to be realistic and realism and all that, don't make that about us, son. Don't make that about us. Just like in The Craft, I made a video on The Craft. If you want to know my opinion on The Craft, check out my playlist. It's on the Thoughts of Mine playlist. Literally, there's 4 girls. White, black. Everyone gets a parent. Everybody gets at least one parent. Everybody gets at least one home. We don't see Rochelle's family. We don't see anything about Rochelle except that she is being treated poorly for being black. That's all we get. I'm so sick of these stories. Can we stop? Like I said, if you want realism, don't make that about us. Have her deal with racism and come home to a safe place. And if you can't do that, and all you can do is the bare minimum garbage that I've seen, stop being a writer. You don't belong here. Stop making things like this. Put the pen down. Let someone else pick it up, because you obviously can't handle it. I personally believe that M3GAN is a 6 out of 10 movie, and it has absolutely nothing to do with that girl that solely got this role for knowing somebody or literally just being white, because she brought nothing to this movie. She actually hindered this movie, took 2 points off that I would give in it. She had a garbage performance, which I'm sure she will be revered for, because she gets to be mediocre, and black people and ethnic people have to work twice as hard to get half of the praise. I've shown you. Get out of my face. With that, I'm done.